Hello everyone, Mike here with you guys once again, and it's St. Patrick's Day, so I'm wearing green. Yeah. Alright, I gotta talk about Shadow of the Colossus. This is just an impressions video, it's not gonna be a full review, because I doubt I'm going to be able to complete the game. And I want to talk about something that I feel people need to be aware of. For some people, not everyone, but I feel like someone needs to say this because because some people aren't going to enjoy this game. And it's not because it's bad or that it's too obscure to enjoy. It's not that at all. This game, the praises that this game gets is very much deserved. Before I got this game, I did watch the whole thing on YouTube, so I'm familiar with the story, and I love the soundtrack. But you might watch it and think that, it looks easier to control than it is, and this is what I want to talk about. The difficult controls. When I was in the third Colossus, there was a point where I tried to move my character, and my character would not move. There's some other technical stuff too, but as far as controls and the camera, but that aspect is potentially going to be very frustrating. So here's my word of advice before if you're considering getting this game. You need to ask yourself, do you frustrate easily? If the little things set you off and make you just go crazy, I would not recommend this game if you haven't played it. I would recommend you simply watch it on YouTube, because if you have a frustration problem, which I do, that frustration is going to keep you from enjoying the game. And it saddens me to say this, because this is a work of art that needs to be, that people should, I wish that everyone could experience it in the way that was intended. But unless you are a patient person who can deal with the control issues, deal with the fact that you might not be able to move your character when you want, things like that. Unless you're willing to deal with that, unless you're willing to put up with that, you're not going to enjoy this experience. The frustration, if you have a problem with frustration, if you rage easily, I can't recommend that you play this game. However, I would recommend that you watch it on YouTube. It may not be the intended way to experience it, but even if you watch it on YouTube, you will get an appreciation for at least some of the aspects of what it was trying to do. And so, there is a reason for the control issues. The whole point of the control issues was to make you feel like you were in over your head, that you're the small guy and there's this big beast, and you're like, what am I going to do? So from a thematic perspective, from an immersion perspective, it's there for a reason. It's not there to make the game suck, because it doesn't. But it's a conscious decision, an artistic choice on the part of the developers to make you feel a certain way, to make you less comfortable and less powerful, because that's the whole point. Wonder is over his head. And so it was literally a narrative choice, an immersion choice, to add that difficult element to the game that would normally be out of place in a video game, especially today. And I also think that because it was made for the PS2, that also can alienate some people in terms of the controls and make not feel intuitive to you. So I recommend that some people play it. People who are, if you do not have a problem with rage or frustration, I would totally recommend you play it, for sure. I would totally recommend you check it out by playing it if you don't have issues with rage or frustration or anger or anything like that. But if you have those issues, it's going to ruin your experience. And it's not the game's fault. And it's really, I'm not even sure it's your fault or mine, because the rage issue is something that some people just have. And can't really, they have to learn to live with it. And if you're going to control it, you don't need to be putting yourself in a situation where that's going to be triggered. And this game will definitely trigger that if you have a problem. So I'm not faulting the game for this, and I'm not really faulting anybody or myself. I'm simply giving you a heads up to let you know that if you frustrate easily, Be prepared to not enjoy yourself. And I would recommend, if that's you, to watch it on YouTube. Watch it on YouTube. You won't get frustrated. You may not get the same experience that playing it would, but if you have frustration issues, you're not going to have that experience anyway, because the intention was not to frustrate players at all. The whole point was to make you feel like you're in over your head. That's the point. So this is just a public service announcement, really. It's an impressions video of it's more of a PSA. I thought it was an impressions video, but I think it's more of a public service announcement for people who are interested in looking into the game. You need to ask yourself if you can handle the frustrating control elements, because if you can't, I don't recommend you pick it up. I recommend you watch it on YouTube. For everybody else, you probably have it already and probably beaten it by now. So, yeah. This game is a masterpiece. I respect the hell out of it. But at the same time, it's not for everyone. That being said, because of the internet and YouTube, if you can't enjoy yourself playing it because of your anger issues, definitely watch it on YouTube, and it's still worth doing that as well. Anyways, that's all I got to say. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. If I can stop the camera. There we go. Let me see, can I do it?